Prepare to witness a cosmic event unlike any other, the impending supernova of Betelgeuse. In the vast expanse of the universe, few celestial events are as awe-inspiring as a star exploding in a blaze of glory. And with Betelgeuse, one of the brightest stars in the night sky, on the verge of going supernova, we are about to witness an astronomical spectacle that will captivate the world. In this video, we will delve deep into the science behind Betelgeuse's impending supernova and explore the fascinating implications it holds for our understanding of the cosmos. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready to witness the journey of a supernova. Betelgeuse has been theorized to have evolved approximately 10 million years ago. The space dust, gas, and even molecular clouds present in our Orion system have been pulled together by the effects of gravitational force to shape this massive formation. By now, Betelgeuse has transformed into a massive supergiant, which means it has already used up most of the core supply of hydrogen and fuel that has kept its existence alive for this long. Now, with the vanquishing energy, Betelgeuse is nothing but an aging star, waiting for the massive explosion before fading away into the darkness of massive black holes. Betelgeuse shines as the second brightest star in the Orion constellation, being one of the few supergiant stars visible to the naked eye. In the dark night sky, you could spot the star in the upper left shoulder of Orion's belt, shining with its distinctive orange and red hue, with the other prominent shoulder being Bellatrix. Betelgeuse, however, with its massive mass and size, easily outshines the brightest star of the constellations, Regal in Beta Orionis. Due to its pulsating behavior, it is challenging to accurately determine various aspects of Betelgeuse. However, approximations indicate that Betelgeuse has a diameter of roughly 1.4 billion kilometers and has been decreasing in size since 1993. The star continuously sheds mass at a rate of around one solar mass every 10,000 years, which then forms a nebula about 250 times larger than the star itself. Some of the lost mass is propelled into space by potent solar winds, and parts of it can even travel more than 30,000 astronomical units away from Betelgeuse. Due to its decreasing mass, Betelgeuse is believed to have a lower overall density than air. With a surface temperature that is thought to be approximately 60% as hot as the Sun, the star sheds off luminosity that is around 100,000 times greater than that of our Sun, which has led scientists to predict that Betelgeuse will eventually explode as a supernova. If this happens, this would be the very first time we humans could observe the most spectacular cosmic evolution, the death of a star system from the Earth. The death of a star is not an uncommon phenomenon, but to witness it with our own eyes is something unique and yet to occur. After living for a considerable amount of time, stars suddenly start to emulate brightness, which can easily be billions of times more luminous than the Sun. This sudden increase in luminosity starts to form in a sudden phase only within a few hours, but it takes weeks or even months to slowly fade away. The stars go through different stages of light emission before the complete explosion that marks the end of their entire lifespan happens. Observing the spectrum range, scientists can now easily determine what particles the original star created and their release back to the space after explosion. Now for the Betelgeuse's supernova. The massive star is currently burning through its fuel at an accelerated rate, being around 100,000 times more luminous than our Sun. Currently, it is in its final stages of life. When the star's core starts fusing silicon and sulfur into heavier elements such as iron, nickel, and cobalt, it will only have a few minutes left before it reaches the end of its life. During the final stages of its life, the core of the star will become extremely hot, but the iron, nickel, and cobalt cannot undergo fusion to form heavier elements. This process is energetically unfavorable and does not produce any new radiation in the inner regions. However, gravity continues to exert its force, attempting to pull the star's core inward. With no nuclear fusion to maintain it, the core has no choice but to undergo implosion. As the core contracts, it heats up to become denser and then experiences a pressure that is unprecedented. When a critical threshold is reached, the atomic nuclei in the star's core initiate a rapid and explosive fusion reaction all at once. As a result of this process, a Type I supernova will be created, which is characterized by the presence of hydrogen in its spectrum, setting it apart from other types of supernova. The collapse of the core of a supermassive star occurs in only a matter of seconds, generating a powerful outward shockwave that propagates at a speed of roughly 10% of the speed of light. After the creation of the shockwave, It may take a few hours for it to reach the surface of the massive star. During its journey, the shockwave produces new elements that the original star would have been unable to generate in its core, such as gold, silver, platinum, uranium, and anything heavier than iron. At a mere distance of 600 light-years, Betelgeuse is closer than any supernova that humans have ever observed. No need to panic. The distance is still far enough to pose a threat to us. The Earth's magnetic field stays between the harmful debris coming from Earth's direction, so it will deflect any high-energy particles that may come our way. And the high-energy radiation that does reach us will be sparse due to the star's considerable distance. As a result, we are approximately 10 times too far away from the explosion to experience any significant effects. But what we know for sure is that Betelgeuse's supernova will be an incredibly bright event. It is expected to shine so brightly that it may be visible during the day and will rival the moon as the second brightest object in the sky. In fact, it may even be the brightest object in the night sky, excluding the moon, for over a year until it eventually fades away. This will be an extraordinary cosmological event that will be one of the most spectacular things ever observed from Earth. Betelgeuse's eventual supernova, which may occur tonight, in the following decade, or in 100,000 years, will be the most observed astronomical event in human history, visible to almost everyone on Earth. Without a doubt, a supernova explosion a few tens of light-years from Earth would have very devastating repercussions. A truly massive explosion can produce light equivalent to a whole galaxy. So if one of our close neighbors like Alpha Centauri decided to act in this manner, we couldn't ignore it. It wouldn't matter even if it shone as brightly as the moon, because the aftermath would be encroaching radiation of all kinds for generations to come. Since 1604, we have not observed a supernova in our galaxy. Nevertheless, in 1987, one erupted in the Large Cloud of Magellan, with effects that could be clearly seen even at a distance of 169,000 light-years. The initial indication of the event will not be in the form of a visual cue, but will instead manifest as neutrinos, a particle that is often challenging to detect, inundating our terrestrial sensors in enormous numbers. Subsequently, the light will make its first appearance several hours later, initially as a spike followed by a gradual brightening that lasts a little over a week before tapering off in phases over the ensuing months, eventually declining for years. The residual remains, which are comprised of the illuminated gaseous outer layers that will last for thousands of years, will provide our future generations with a source of fascination, while it could also bring about unimaginable horrors to our descendants. Considering the last supernova explosion, 34,000 years ago, likely marked the extinction of woolly mammoths, who knows what the consequences will be this time. Although the exact commencement date of the spectacle is unknown, we are now aware of what signs to be on the lookout for when it does occur. The explosion of Betelgeuse supernova is deemed to be one of a kind, the most spectacular cosmic event we humans will ever witness since the inception of modern humans' evolution. What do you guys think? Will the explosion cause a positive or negative impact on us Earthlings? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys want to explore more of these awe-inspiring facts about space, click here to watch the next videos.